Folks, a liberal actually helped my cause the other day. A liberal helped me out. It was amazing. It was probably the best moment in my life. A liberal helped a conservative pass the conservative cause. I don't know if you remember, on my last episode I talked a little bit about indoctrination, and I told you about my communications teacher. And I said how for weeks and weeks and weeks he has been passing this liberal ideology across the class. He's been talking bad about some of the founding fathers, specifically Benjamin Franklin. He's been saying how some newspapers are far too conservative for him. He calls himself a tree hugger. He says one of his favorite books is about how about basically anti-colonialism, which is what President Obama believes. And he's just been passing this liberal ideology across the class. And I called him out on it on my last episode of Factor Talk Radio. And I told you the story. If you don't remember, go back into my archives on juniorfactornation.com. You can hear it. And I basically called him out on it. I said, look, what this guy's doing is not right. It is indoctrination. Kids should be able to decide which political party they want to be affiliated with by being presented both sides in the classroom, not just one. If you're going to talk about politics, you better talk about both sides, not just one side. Or if you can't talk about both sides equally, then don't talk about politics at all. But unfortunately, my communications professor does not understand this concept, or at least he didn't, and was just passing along this liberal ideology. And so I was sitting there in the back of the class with blood shooting from my eyes, blood shooting from my ears, and I was going insane. So again, I called him out on it on my program. I talked about him, and I got an email a few days later from this liberal on our YouTube page. This guy, he's a pain in the ass. He tries to get under my skin all the time and tries to annoy me like the majority of them. And he said, "Oh, by the way, I took that audio clip of you talking about your professor, and I looked up his email and sent it to him." So this kid actually went out of his way to go on my college campus's website, look up my communication professor's email, which I don't even really know how he got because I don't think I said the guy's name, and emailed my professor this audio clip of me talking about how he was indoctrinating the class. So at first I was kind of worried. I mean, I care about indoctrination in class and will always speak out against it, but at the same time, I don't want this guy to hate me, and I don't want to get a bad grade in this class. That was my initial thoughts. But then after thinking about it for some time, I was kind of thinking, wait a minute, this might be a good thing. I'm calling him out on indoctrination here. He should be hearing this. He should be, I mean, I want this to stop. So I said, fine. I emailed this idiot lib back, and I said, fine. Good for you. I'm happy you emailed him. So, and meanwhile, this lib was probably sitting in the basement of his mother's house in his boxer shorts with a half-eaten pizza on the desk, sitting there thinking, oh yes, I finally got him. I finally got him. His teacher's gonna hate him now. He's gonna fail out of the class. Nope. I go into class the next day, and apparently the professor listened to this audio clip of me talking about him, and all of a sudden he was Mr. Conservative, ladies and gentlemen. He was talking about how great and charismatic Ronald Reagan was. He was talking about the benefits of capitalism and how great it has made our country. And since this lib sent my professor this audio clip, my professor has been toning down the liberal ideology and the indoctrination in the classroom. So the lib thought he was going to be hurting me. He actually helped my cause and made this teacher more fair. And I thank him for it. That's all I could ask for. As long as you present both sides equally, I don't have a problem. And this lib did just that. So I hope he's listening to this broadcast right now, and he knows who he is if he's listening to this. So, sir, I would like to say thank you. You have successfully helped a conservative.
Factor Talk Radio.